Welcome back, history enthusiasts. Close your eyes and imagine the sun-kissed courts of ancient Egypt, where the daughters of Nefertiti, the very princesses who danced through the golden age of the Amarna period, experienced a childhood adorned with parental love and the radiant blessings of the god, Atum. In this extraordinary era of reform, join us on a journey back in time. Meritaten, Meketaten, Ankhesenamun, Neferneferuaten Tasherit, Neferneferure, and Setepenre. Each daughter had a unique role in the royal family. But what happened to them after the fall of the Amarna period? The aftermath of the Amarna period, marked by radical religious and political reforms initiated by Akhenaten, left a lasting imprint of uncertainty on historical records. Subsequent rulers sought to erase the legacy of Amarna, leading to gaps and obscurities in our understanding, as inscriptions were defaced, monuments dismantled, and the fates of key figures, including Nefertiti's daughters, shrouded in mystery. Meritaten, whose name means she who is beloved of Aten, was the firstborn daughter of Nefertiti and Pharaoh Akhenaten. As the eldest, Meritaten held a significant position in the royal family, and her life would become intertwined with the tumultuous events of the Amarna period. As the eldest daughter, Meritaten's role might have extended beyond that of a typical princess. Some historians speculate that she may have served as a co-regent with her father under the name Setepenre after Akhenaten's death. Additionally, there are theories suggesting that she later married Tutankhamun, her half-brother, as a means of consolidating power within the royal family. The identity and fate of Setepenre, whether a separate individual or a co-regent with Meritaten, remain elusive. Some believe Setepenre could have been a male ruler, while others propose that it was an alternate name used by Meritaten herself during her potential role as co-regent. Now, let's turn our attention to the final chapter in the life of Meritaten, the eldest daughter of Nefertiti. As we navigate through the sands of time, the details surrounding her death are obscured. Unlike some of her sisters, there is no explicit documentation or inscription that confirms the circumstances of Meritaten's death. Scholars and Egyptologists have proposed various theories regarding the fate of Meritaten. Some suggest that she may have died during childbirth, a fate not uncommon for women in ancient times. Others speculate that she may have succumbed to an illness or faced the political challenges that accompanied the shifting powers of the time. While the details of her death remain elusive, Meritaten's legacy endures through the art and inscriptions of the Amarna period. As the eldest daughter, her potential role as a co-regent and her marriage to Tutankhamun underscore the complexities of this period in Egyptian history. Perhaps future discoveries will shed light on the circumstances, allowing us to piece together the final moments of this enigmatic princess. Meketaten. Now, let's journey into the life of Meketaten, the second daughter of Nefertiti. Meketaten can be translated to mean, "Behold the Aten." Meketaten's life, though tragically short, leaves behind clues and mysteries that captivate historians and Egyptologists alike. Despite being portrayed in scenes of family joy and unity, tragedy struck when she passed away at a young age. Scholars have proposed various theories regarding the cause of Meketaten's death. One prominent theory suggests that she died during childbirth. Other hypotheses include the possibility of illness or complications that led to her untimely demise. Determining the exact age of Meketaten at the time of her death is challenging due to the fragmentary nature of historical records. Estimates based on artistic representations and archaeological evidence suggest that she died at a relatively young age, possibly in her late teens or early 20s. Ankhesenpaaten, or Ankhesenamun. Ankhesenpaaten means she lives through the Aten. The bond between Ankhesenpaaten, Meritaten, and Meketaten was more than just familial. It was a crucial support system in the midst of the radical changes sweeping through the Amarna period. As daughters of Nefertiti and Akhenaten, they shared not only blood ties, but also the challenges and intrigues of the royal court. The turning point in Ankhesenpaaten's life occurred when she married Tutankhamun, her half-brother. This union was not only a marriage but a strategic move to consolidate power within the royal family and maintain stability in the face of political uncertainties. Ankhesenpaaten's role transformed from a princess to a queen, entwining her fate with that of Tutankhamun's. As Tutankhamun's queen, Ankhesenpaaten assumed a position of considerable influence. Queens in ancient Egypt held significant roles in both religious and political spheres. They often played crucial roles in religious rituals, were depicted in administrative functions, and could exert influence over matters of state. Ankhesenpaaten's role as queen would have encompassed both ceremonial and practical duties. With the unexpected death of Tutankhamun, Ankhesenpaaten found herself plunged into a sea of grief. As a young widow, she faced not only the personal loss of her husband, but also the daunting challenge of navigating the complex political landscape of the Amarna court without the support of a reigning pharaoh. Ankhesenamun witnessed the dissolution of her world. The religious reforms initiated by Akhenaten were reversed, and the traditional pantheon was reinstated. In the aftermath of Tutankhamun's death, Ankhesenpaaten underwent a symbolic and significant transformation. She changed her name to Ankhesenamun, omitting the reference to the Aten, perhaps as a means to distance herself from the religious reforms of her parents. This name change marked a crucial shift in her identity and reflected the changing tides of Amarna's fate. Historical records indicate that Ankhesenamun, following Tutankhamun's death, sent letters to the Hittite king Suppiluliuma I, proposing a marriage alliance. She expressed her dire situation, having lost her husband, and sought protection through a marriage to a Hittite prince. These letters are considered authentic and are preserved in the Hittite archives, providing a rare glimpse into the diplomatic and personal challenges faced by Ankhesenamun. After the failed attempts to secure a Hittite marriage, Ankhesenamun's fate becomes unclear. The reasons behind the failure of this marriage proposal are not explicitly stated in historical records, but several factors may have contributed to its ultimate rejection or non-realization. The Hittites might have been suspicious of Ankhesenamun's proposal. The sudden death of Tutankhamun and the political instability in the wake of the Amarna period might have led the Hittites to question the sincerity and stability of an alliance with the Egyptian queen. Suppiluliuma I, the Hittite king, might have exercised caution in accepting Ankhesenamun's proposal due to the political landscape of the time. Marrying into the Egyptian royal family, which had recently undergone significant upheavals and faced internal challenges, could have been perceived as a risky endeavor. Accepting Ankhesenamun's proposal could have ramifications in the broader political context of the ancient Near East, where major powers vied for influence and dominance. Cultural and religious differences between the Hittites and the Egyptians might have played a role. The Hittites worshipped different deities, and the proposed marriage would have required compromises or accommodations in religious practices, which might not have been acceptable to either party. Some Egyptologists and historians propose that Ankhesenamun might have married Ai, Tutankhamun's vizier, who later ascended to the throne as pharaoh. This is based on inscriptions and depictions that suggest Ai's close association with the royal family. At the time of their union, Ai was in his mid-60s or older, while Ankhesenamun was likely in her early 20s. The exact cause of Ankhesenamun's death is not documented in historical records, and there is no conclusive evidence to determine how she died. The location of Ankhesenamun's tomb or burial site remains unknown. Neferneferuaten Tasherit. Neferneferuaten Tasherit's name means, "Beautiful are the beauties of Aten, the child." She is depicted in various reliefs and images from the Amarna period. While her existence is known from artistic representations, no specific burial or funerary monuments have been definitively identified as belonging to Neferneferuaten Tasherit. The exact circumstances of her death remain a mystery. Neferneferure. Neferneferure's name means, "Beautiful are the beauties of Re." She is also sometimes referred to as Neferneferure Tasherit, distinguishing her from her elder sister, Neferneferuaten Tasherit. The specific details of Neferneferure's death and her age at the time of her demise are not recorded in historical sources, and her fate remains uncertain. Setepenre Meritaten. Setepenre means chosen of Re, emphasizing the association with the sun god. The title Meritaten also indicates her high status, as it means beloved of Aten. Setepenre is depicted in various reliefs and images from the Amarna period, but her fate after the Amarna period remains uncertain. The once splendid lives of these royal princesses, bathed in the golden glow of Amarna's promise, meet an unforeseen tragedy. Wrapped in the enigma of erased inscriptions and faded echoes, their fates are veiled in the tragic shadows of ancient Egypt's ever-shifting sands, leaving behind a heart-rending tale that time struggles to reveal.